Hi, and thank you for joining us for today's program, Genealogy, Beginning Your Research, Going from Rumors and Receipts to an Organized Mess, presented by the Georgia Room of Cobb County Public Library System. Our first step is where to begin. When you are first beginning your genealogy, you want to collect any and all information on yourself, your parents, and any direct or indirect ancestors. This includes aunts, uncles, grandparents, and their siblings, etc. You want to make sure to include birth dates, marriages, schools, workplaces, and any deaths or burials. Make note of any relevant dates and locations. This will help you in your research later. Remember to write everything down. Make reminders and notes for later research. If you think you'll remember it for later, you should still write it down. Take it from experience. It is also important to be aware of your limitations. You want to make sure to understand your budget. Can you afford to travel to large archives or to other states? Are there any subscriptions or databases that you may need to use from home? And before you purchase that subscription, are these resources freely available through your local library? And if you wanted, do you have the means to hire a professional genealogist to assist you? You also want to understand your schedule. Do you have time to travel? How many hours per week can you dedicate to research? A research on one individual and one family tree in one family line can take longer than you expect. Make sure to set research goals at varying levels and choose what information to investigate at each sitting. Now that you're ready to begin your genealogy, do you know where you need to go? I recommend starting with your local public library. Check their online catalog or worldcat.org for genealogy books available locally. Ask about their genealogy resources, both in print and online. Also ask about their research services. They may be able to help you find what you need. You can also contact local genealogical and historical societies. You can start with the state archives and ask around. A lot of researchers tend to go through the state archives for part of their research. You can also reach out to the local library or the History Museum, as they also come into contact with a lot of these researchers. I also recommend finding local newspapers on microfilm. This can also be through a local library or a university. These days, a lot of newspapers are also available online. Welcome to the library's webpage. You can still access it by going to cobbcat.org, but the official website is cobbcounty.org/library. To reach the Georgia Room page, go to Learning and Programs and select the Georgia Room along the left side. Among the options beneath the pictures, go to Genealogy and History. This will lead you to a list of multiple resources and databases to which the library system is currently subscribed. You may need a library card and PIN to access some of these from home. Now that you know what to do and where to go, make sure you know how to organize your research. For researching online, cloud storage may be the way to go. You can use Google Drive, Evernote, OneDrive, and for iPhone and Mac users, iCloud. These and other cloud services allow you to store information, notes, pictures, and website links across multiple devices, which is a great help when you're researching across multiple platforms and in various archives. Physical notebooks are also a smart way to go, but you should keep them well labeled for easy access down the line. We also recommend creating timelines for each individual person in your family tree. This will allow you to verify dates and locations. We also recommend making a plan prior to each research trip. That way, you don't get overwhelmed when you see exactly how much information is available. You can use any method of organization that makes you comfortable. Just make sure you can relocate your notes and information anytime you need to access them. One thing to look out for while researching is name changes. You will often find the same name spelled multiple different ways across various records and collections. Create a list or make a note of various name changes and spellings. Even if you wouldn't spell it one way, odds are the spellings exist somewhere. Shortened versions of names are also possibilities. Some names may even be changed to anglicized or religious spellings. For example, an ancestor's name might be Nielsen with an IE, but now the last name is Nelson. This is one example of many different name changes throughout history. Here are some additional tips for research. Don't rely solely on the internet. Expand your research materials and areas. Use as many local resources as possible. And don't forget to talk to local historians and experts. They may know some workarounds that you haven't found yet. A brick wall is when you can't seem to find any information you need. And if you hit a brick wall, take a break. An answer will always appear when you least expect it. And many times when you're looking for something else. Look for information in as many places as possible. Some answers will take longer to find. As you can see, there are many places where you can research your family history. Public libraries, museums, archives both on the state level and in universities, local historical and genealogical societies such as the National Society of the Daughters of the American Colonists, the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution, the Afro-American Historical and Genealogical Society, the United Daughters of the Confederacy, and many county and state genealogy groups. There are also multiple online databases specializing in genealogy and family history. Here are just a few that we currently use in the Georgia Room. If you are beginning your genealogy research after taking a DNA test, here's a couple things you should know. There are many different DNA tests available, so make sure you know what information is being found. The Y DNA test comes from information stored in the Y chromosome. This means this test can only be taken by male relatives. This will trace your paternal line. The mitochondrial DNA is information stored in mitochondria and can be taken by any relative. This will trace your maternal line. The most common DNA test, the autosomal, looks at information stored in the 22 pairs of chromosomes. This will show you cousins and shared ethnicities. DNA testing allows for a wide range of results. Some testing companies also include family tree comparisons. But remember, trees can be inaccurate as they are created by other users and may not be accurate at the time of testing. If you are looking to take your own DNA test, here are a few of the popular sites. Georgia Room staff have used a couple of these and are familiar with others. Before you take any DNA tests, make sure you understand what information is being collected and what would be the best fit for you. Thank you for joining us in this program, and be sure to check out other upcoming programs in this series. We're renewing our First Monday series, so make sure to check the website for upcoming scheduling. If you have additional subjects that you would like us to discuss, be sure to reach out and let us know. Here are a few ways to connect with us. Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in next time.